Hola, bienvenidos.
Welcome to beautiful Pátzcuaro.
Buenos dias, good morning country collectors. Today we have found ourselves in the Pueblo Magico, Pátzcuaro Michoacan, located on the shore of Lago de Patzcuaro.
It's a beautiful town filled with culture and tradition, and we can't wait to dive in. But before we get started, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any of our future adventures.
Let's do this.
To get here, we took a DD from our spot in Morelia for 354 pesos. The 55-kilometer journey took just over 1 hour.
Welcome to where we're staying. We found this lovely spot on Airbnb for $47 per night. Our bright, airy room consists of a large, comfortable bed, TV, fireplace, Wi-Fi, private bathroom, and private terrace, as well as a shared, well-equipped kitchen and a shared terrace with incredible views of the town and lake. All right, let's hit the streets and see what this place has to offer. One of the first things you're gonna notice are these cobblestone roads that give you the feeling like you've stepped back in time.
And like I might roll my ankle at any moment.
Yeah, so make sure you're watching where you're walking. Before the Spanish arrived in the 16th century, this town was founded in the 1300s by the Purepechas, an indigenous group that has called Michoacan home for over 1,000 years.
Pátzcuaro actually translates to the door to heaven and was one of the Purepecha's main religious sites. It's believed to be where the gods ascended and descended. So while you're here, you're going to notice the colonial influences as well as the very prominent indigenous heritage.
So make sure to come here with an open mind and an open heart, because it is then when you are truly gonna feel the culture and tradition of this very sacred place. Right now we are in the town central plaza called Vasco de Quiroga, which I read is the second largest colonial plaza in Latin America after the Zocalo in Mexico City.
It's such a lovely place to come down and take a stroll, relax, or even enjoy some time on a bench in the shade of the trees. You may even be able to pick up some beautiful art.
And right here in the center of the plaza, you will find the statue of Quiroga, who was the first bishop of Michoacán. Here in Pátzcuaro, he founded the cathedral and the seminary and was also responsible for teaching each Purepecha community a skilled trade and the fundamentals of self-government, which helped each town become the center of an industry. That's why you'll notice in some of these towns around here, they are known for a specific item, such as copper, pottery, or guitar making.
Surrounding the Zocalo, you will find 17th century buildings that have been converted into cafes, restaurants, and shops. Behind me here, you will find the Municipal Palace, where you can go in and check out a beautiful mural, as well as some art exhibits.
And right down here is the cutest dog ever!
Wow.
Look at those big ears.
The biggest ears ever. Hey, buddy.
He just wants some
Look
scratches.
At that ear. Look at this. Hey. Wow. Big ears and belly rubs. This guy's got it made. And
when you're down here, you might even get lucky and be able to see Danza de los Viejitos, which is the dance of the old men. It's a traditional dance from this region, and it's so unique. We just love it. These ladies keep walking by with churros, and they are very enticing. But I think we're gonna head into Casa del Naranjo and get some breakfast, as we have heard some great things. So let's go do this. Wow, what a special place to enjoy a meal. The setting is so welcoming and full of character, from the art on the walls up to the vibrant papel picado strung across the ceiling. This gentleman just came in and played some traditional Purepecha music for us all to enjoy. It was beautiful. To eat, we went with 3 recommendations of the house. Adam got the chilaquiles tarascos, which are fried tortillas bathed in salsa tarasca, habanero chocolate, cheese, and crema. I went with the aporeadillo, which is consisted of scrambled eggs and a house salsa, cumin, and cecina. And for you, we went with the uchepos, the sweet tamales that originated in this region.
Open up!
Here comes the tamale queen!
What a delicious and relaxing breakfast, especially thanks to our wonderful waiter Juan right here. He was absolutely wonderful.
Muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias. Now let's keep this day moving.
Adios.
Adios.
Located just across the street from the restaurant, you will find Casa de los Once Patios. This two-story colonial building was once a convent. Nowadays, you can find 5 of the original 11 patios whose bedrooms and courtyards are now filled with artisan shops selling beautiful handicrafts. You may even get the chance to see them hard at work creating these masterpieces. It is a very unique part of this town and definitely worth a visit. Out here in one of the courtyards, you will find this marvelous mural which represents the union between the Spanish and the Purepecha. Earlier, I mentioned Don Bosco's influence, and behind me here you can see him holding a wheel. This symbolizes the many tools and machinery that were built and used to make many of these handicrafts.
And if you're feeling a little risque, it's none of your business, but this is where the nuns used to bathe. What a great place to come down and spend some time, pick up some handmade souvenirs, and really feel like you're part of the history in this town. It is a must-do. Let's keep going. Across the street here are some steps that will take you up to a mirador so you can look down over the city as well as this complex to see just how big it really was. Now let's head up and take a look.
And just a few steps up here, like Adam said, you can really see how massive this was. The convent over here and Templo de el Sagrario over here, which was founded in 1540 by Don Bosco and used as a hospital. And out here in the distance is Estribo Grande, or the Great Stirrup Mirador. If you are up for some exercise, you can hike up it to get the best views in town. We did it last night, and from our place it took about an hour and a half to reach the viewpoint. The walk cuts through town, then heads uphill with cornfields on one side and the lake on the other. Once you reach the top, you will find a kiosco, some places to barbecue, a bathroom, as well as 400 more steps that will take you to the tippy top, which we wouldn't do, but could be fun. It is definitely something we recommend.
All right, let's head back down and continue this day.
We are down here in the courtyard of the temple I was just talking about, and it is so tranquil, and I love the architecture and these arches you can see back here. You can also see the layers of the paint and the rocks, the construction. It really tells a story of the history of this place.
Just diagonally from the church, you will find the Cultural Center, which has rotating exhibits featuring Michoacan artists.
And just across the street here, you will find the Museum of Arts and Popular Industries, which features many pieces from Purepecha culture, which show us their traditions and heritage. It even has some ruins inside the building. It costs 65 pesos to enter.
And please drop us a comment.
We would love to hear what you think of this beautiful Pueblo Magico so far. And you know what time it is.
Hug bug, baby.
We're sending you all a virtual one, or 2 actually. Look, there's another one right over there. And if you continue just north, you will run into the main Catholic church here in town, known as Basilica de Nuestra Senora de la Salud.
Inside the church, you can find her beautiful image that was created by the hands of the Purepecha, as well as the mausoleum that contains the remains of Don Bosco. And right in front of the church on the weekend, they set up an artisan market, so it's a great place to come down and pick up some handmade souvenirs.
Wow.
That is so soft and so warm inside here. It's got that nice wool.
And as you can tell, I'm wearing a long sleeve because the climate here is nice and fresh.
I mean, we've been some very hot places in the past month in Veracruz, and this is like such a nice respite from that heat.
It certainly is. So definitely bring layers or buy some while you're here.
All right, now let's head over to the next square. Come along.
Another cute dog. They're everywhere.
Oh, another one.
I could stay and pet them all day, but we have a lot more to do. Sorry, buddies. Let's keep going. And it looks like we made some new friends. They've just been following us. If you walk just a couple of blocks west, you'll run into this plaza, Plaza Gertrudis Bocanegra, aka Plaza Chica, or the Small Plaza. In the center of the plaza, you will find the statue of Bocanegra. She was born here in Pátzcuaro to Spanish parents, and during the Mexican War of Independence, she sided with the insurgents. She became a spy and a messenger, and was ultimately shot dead here in the plaza for treason.
On one side of the park, you will find the public library. I definitely recommend stopping in and checking out the massive mural on the back wall. It's very powerful. Just next door is the very beautifully restored theater where you can go in and catch a movie. And on the weekends, this place comes alive. Markets spring up. People are just hanging out, having a good time. There's live music, and you can pick up some great produce and other stuff too.
And while we're here, we had to stop in and get a paleta because they are said to have originated here in Michoacán. Michoacan, and where better than La Michoacana? They have many points of sale throughout the country, but what is difficult is choosing a flavor because they have over 120 of them. But I went with the mango con chile, which is just fantastic. And while we are finishing up these tasty treats, we would love to give a shout out to our new patrons,
Jean, Jose,
Blanca, Jeff, and Vivian. Thank you so much for all of your support. We're just so grateful and blessed to have you a part of this community.
and thank you for these lovely treats. I mean, you helped to make these possible, so I especially appreciate you.
Yes, and as much as we're inspiring people, so are you, and I hope you really feel that. So if you would like to join our Patreon community, we'll put the link in the description below. All right, we're gonna finish these up and then hop in a van because we are about to head to the lake. Join us. And to get over to the dock, you can either take a taxi or shared transport that stops right here in front of the library. It costs 10 pesos and it's said to come about every 5 minutes. They have a green stripe across them and it says Lago on the front window. So let's go hop in this one and get going. Gracias. We made it. Let's go get our tickets and see what this is all about. I'm excited. And right as we stepped out of the van, there's all these stands. They are selling charales. If you remember from Lake Chapala, they had those little fish that they fried up and you just pop them in like Cheetos or something. We just walked down a little bit and saw this stand selling tickets. They are 100 pesos each. On Saturday and Sunday, the last boat comes back at 7, but throughout the rest of the week, it comes back at 6 o'clock. So keep that in mind. Well, let's head down and get on our boat. And while we're waiting for our boat to fill up, we just learned that there are 32 indigenous communities surrounding the lake, and there are 6 islands. And as I just said that, I realized I didn't even tell you what we bought tickets to do. We are boarding a boat to go out to the main island, Janitzio. It's one of the most popular activities to do here in Pátzcuaro. We are so excited. It looks like the captain is calling us over now, so let's do this.
And look, if you're hungry, they're selling snacks on here.
Yeah. Snacks. You don't go hungry in Mexico, that's for sure.
The captain's taking his seat. He started the engine. We're pulling away. Let's go do this thing.
Wow, this is cool already. Look at all these water plants. I was gonna say lily pads, but I don't think that's what they are. There's a lot of pretty flowers here as well. So nice just being back on the water here. I love it. And a beautiful, quick 25-minute boat ride later, and we have arrived. Welcome to Janitzio. Right as we got off the boat, oh my gosh, it's like a fiesta. You can hear it and you can feel the energy. You can hear actually the dancers over there, Danza de los Viejitos, that dance we showed you earlier of the old men. They're performing it here. There's vendors set up selling clothes, food, micheladas, whatever you want, they have it here. And also over here are the Janitzio letters, which is a great place to snap a photo. And look at right here, I met Juan, who is Purepecha, and he lives on the island. Yeah, in Janitzio, and he was saying for Dia de los Muertos, this is the best place to come.
Sí. Les recomiendo a toda la gente de Estados Unidos para que nos visite el próximo 1 de noviembre de este año 2022, ya que aquí en esta comunidad, Isla de Janitzio, se lleva la tradición de Noche de Muertos. Es el día 1 para amanecer el 2. Una velada muy bonita donde acude toda la gente, todo el mundo.
Look at that.
Bienvenidos a todos.
You heard it from him. Muchas gracias.
Ándele.
Te apreciamos.
Sí, gracias.
He said come here for Dia de los Muertos on November 1st. He said it's absolutely beautiful, and we have heard the same thing. This is the best place to, you know, experience that tradition and the celebration. We did it in Oaxaca last year, and we have a video. I'll link it above right here for you, and it was life-changing. So yeah, if you got the time, definitely make it down here, or make it a priority to come here to experience it.
One of the top things to do while you're here is hike up to the top of the island and see the giant statue of Morelos, one of the heroes of the Mexican Revolution. Let's go check it out. Wow, I love this. These streets are so cool. They're like winding up the hill. This place is selling some more micheladas and souvenirs. I'm getting excited. Let's keep going. No one said the stairs were gonna be like this, okay? I'm gonna give it a shot though for you guys.
Definitely get a little glute workout in.
Like those Los Viejitos, I need my little cane.
I already got a nice view from here.
Just up the steps there is this beautiful mirador that looks out over the lake, and on the other side is the famous cemetery here. It's actually where they took the scene from Coco where he climbs in the window and steals the guitar. This is where the inspiration came from because of that huge celebration they have here every year for Dia de los Muertos. And just up the hill here between these two houses you can see the statue we're heading to. Let's keep going and get the best view possible.
Woohoo!
Whew, we have made it up to the top. Well, almost. It was 10 pesos to get in, and you can come up here and see this 40-meter statue of Morelos with his arm up high saying power to the people. Biggest armpit I've ever seen. But what I said was the climbing's not done yet because we're gonna actually go up the steps inside of him up to the tip of that fist up there to get the absolute best view of this entire surrounding area. I hope you're ready for a little more climbing.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Well, I can honestly say I was not expecting this. I read that there were murals, but I didn't know it was gonna be this spectacular. They're actually 64 and they depict the life story of Morelos. They wind up all the way to the top, so let's go check them out together. And I'll be honest, it feels like you're on a rocking ship here. If you have vertigo, just know that, because I am like all over the place.
But don't worry, they have some great railings you can just grab right onto and follow them all the way up to the top.
It's true, luckily.
Wow.
Have we made it?
We have made it to the tippy top, and it was absolutely worth all those steps for this view. Check it out.
Wow. We are up here in his fist looking out over the island. I can see Pátzcuaro in the distance. What a beautiful symbol of freedom, and I'm getting choked up. You know, it's those people who ultimately died and sacrificed their life and their loved ones and everyone for the freedoms that we have today in the United States and Mexico, all over the world. I don't know why I'm getting so emotional. It's just, yeah, it feels very special, and just very grateful for all those people who put their lives on the line for us.
Wow, this view is the best you can get in the entire city, in my opinion. And it was so incredible, the journey coming up here, seeing those murals, watching the life. It was birth, it was death, it was revolution. And the thing is, the man that this is dedicated to, Morelos, he gave everything for freedom. He gave everything for his people. And it is just so incredible that they built this monument and that we can share in the beauty of it. Muchas gracias, Mexico. Well, it's getting a little cramped up here, so we're gonna head back down. We'll see you there.
Welcome back down to the waterfront. Our plan was to go to one of the restaurants here and get the pescado blanco, the whitefish. I believe it's from the lake. It's one of the local dishes here, but unfortunately it's getting a little late.
And I don't want to have to swim back after all those steps. I just don't think my little legs could handle it.
But thank you so much for joining us today in Pátzcuaro and here on Janitzio. We had such a blast with you.
And it would have been nowhere near as much fun if you hadn't been here to share it with. So thank you for making it so much fun for us.
Yeah, it's such a pleasure to have you here with us. So if you enjoyed this video, please give us a big thumbs up, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to
Ding, ling, 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 the bell.
We'll see you
next time.
Adios.